Salam everyone. My name is Moza and I'm your host for the Mental Health First Aiders podcast. And we have a special guest today.
Assalamu alaikum everybody. My name is Miss Mona and I'm the social worker here, or usually at ASCS, American School of Creative Science, Nad Al Sheba. And I'm very thrilled and honored to be here with Moza today.
Oh my God.
And excited to get into the topics of mental health and well-being.
So first of all, I would like to introduce the podcast. This podcast, we were trying to work so hard for this. We've been working since last year.
Yep.
And we did so many cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Today we're here to record an episode on the topic about what is a mental health check-in,
Exactly.
and why is it crucial for teens.
Yep.
And other than that, I wanted to introduce someone.
Yeah.
Brainy.
Okay. Who's Brainy?
So Brainy is our mental health first aider character.
Yeah.
So we have many first aiders, and we represent our mental health first aiders with Brainy.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see it on the screen, and he's gonna be following us through the booklet that we created, the podcast, and every activity that we do.
So it's kind of like a mental health mascot.
Yeah, he's gonna be like with us everywhere.
Okay.
And I'm planning to do like a bear for it.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay, so first of all, before we go in about what is a mental health check-in, what is mental health in the first place? I don't think everyone knows what it means.
Exactly. I think, first of all, mental health is a buzzword that we've heard a lot the last couple of years, give or take.
I feel like a lot of people have been noticing it as soon as like Gen Z came in.
Yes.
I feel like we start spotlighting it.
Exactly. And post-COVID also, I think it's something that not everyone knows the definition of. Physical health, we know what it has to do with, and mental health is just as important as physical health.
Exactly, that's like our slogan.
Yeah.
Other than it's okay not to be okay.
Exactly. So mental health is our well-being, our emotional state, our psychological state, how we take care of that, how we deal with life stresses, and how we deal with things that are difficult for us and being able to bounce back. That's what mental health is. And today we're talking about mental health check-ins.
Yes.
And so do you have an idea what a mental health check-in is?
So before we start off, I would like you all to tell me, how are you feeling today?
Exactly.
And how are you feeling today?
To be honest, I didn't get much sleep last night.
Oh.
So
Oh my
and
God.
I think I'm recovering from the seasonal flu also. So the last couple of weeks, I haven't been feeling as great. But that is something that I'm able to check in with because I know how to do that. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling stressed out a bit because of the finals coming up. Final season's coming up. And I feel like a mental health check-in should be very crucial with everyone.
Yeah.
Students, teachers, and everyone that's in the industry. And I feel like even outside that, it should be like a daily thing you should do.
Yeah.
A check-in is like when you check in with the weather.
Exactly.
You told me that before we started.
I think in the UAE, the weather's usually the same. But
we still check in the weather, don't we? Yeah.
That's true, to see how hot it is. But I feel like from other countries, you don't know how predictable the weather is. So before you leave the house,
Check in with yourself.
Exactly.
And I feel like it's very important. Sorry for cutting you off. I feel like it's very important to accept how you feel.
Yeah.
I've always said this: to fix a behavior or a feeling, you need to accept it. You need to let it in. And it's the first step of, you know, how in psychology we want or we aim to change behavior.
Yeah.
The thing is, to start, you need to study it and understand it.
And acknowledge it.
You need to do that with yourself.
Yeah.
And you don't always have people that check in with how you feel today.
I agree. So it starts with you, is what I'm trying to say.
And I feel like it's very nice the way you were honest with how you feel.
Yeah.
You were detailed. You were telling me how you're feeling exactly. That's so nice.
Thank you so much. I feel like a personal story that many people might go through is if you don't check in with yourself and you kind of brush things under the rug, it ends up building up. And because of that, you end up suffering more in the long term. So I think the first step really is acknowledging how you feel, like you said, and then addressing why you feel that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like before I go out or as soon as I wake up, I think we all have a habit of going through our phone.
Yeah.
So I would have a checklist on my notes. That's a big tip. Checklist on your notes. It can be a yes or no questions.
Yeah.
And then you could say, okay, am I tired when I woke up?
Yeah.
And then you would like check the checklist, and that's a mental health check-in.
Exactly.
It's as easy as you want it to be. You can make it as descriptive, and you can make it as easy as you want.
And I like the way you mentioned your phone. I feel like these days technology itself has started having mood check-ins and mood trackers. So there's a journal app, even Microsoft Teams. Miss Inji, shout out to Miss Inji. She actually showed me on Teams, there's a mood checker that students
Oh my
can
God, I didn't know
use.
that.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I
thank
need
you.
to have Miss Inji do a video on it for the whole school. But you can basically check in with how you're feeling, and it could be a class thing, so you can see how many people are feeling
That's
great.
so
or feeling
nice. I didn't know that.
Yes, I feel like using the phone is something that's really good.
You know, everything has two sides.
Yeah.
And I think the phone
Yeah.
should be in our benefit. Humans created it. I think it should be in our benefit.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially that, as we said, we're growing. A lot of things are going around us. I think we should also take care of our mental health as much as we take care of our physical health.
Yeah.
Mental health is very crucial.
Exactly.
The moment that your mental health is okay, you'll start feeling that you're physically better.
Exactly. And I think linking to that is figuring out what your triggers are. So what is making you feel sad, angry, uncomfortable, frustrated? Once you figure out your triggers, you know how to avoid those or work around those.
That's what I said in the beginning. Understand, accept,
Yeah.
then start working on how to fix it.
Exactly. Once you know your triggers, I feel that's a really important thing that students your age and even younger and older need to know. Once you figure out your triggers.
Mental health has no age, as we
Exactly.
say.
Mental health has no age.
Yeah.
I think once you know your triggers, you can know how to move forward with them, basically. And that really does actually help.
Yeah. Keeping in mind finals are coming up. I have to repeat on this because I'm a high school student and I feel the pressure. I think as much as any other student feels.
Yeah.
And I think you had that pressure at some point, of course.
Did.
I feel like finals is very scary.
It's very scary.
It's like, you know, wrapping up the whole year in one test.
Yeah.
That's very scary. What would you like recommend for students to do?
I feel like, again, figuring out what's draining you. Is it you're not balancing your study schedule properly? Are you more overwhelmed with one subject more than the other? Speaking to your teachers, using different techniques like the Pomodoro technique. I think we've discussed this so many times.
I think we need to say this. So when we recorded this podcast before, we talked about Pomodoro effect and we posted a little part on it.
Yeah.
And I think everyone was interested. They were asking, what is the Pomodoro effect?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So in general, it's a study technique where not to overwhelm you or frustrate you or make you drained. It's where you study for 20 minutes straight and then take a 5-minute break. And then
It's like a cycle.
It's a cycle. And you repeat 20 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes. But you can also alter the time depending on what you're comfortable with. And I feel like that's something that might help students if they try it out. Making a study planner, study schedule. Intervention is not something also to be ashamed of. I think spending time with your teachers at break,
I feel like
school,
I was always a straight A student, but as soon as I saw that I'm struggling with a certain topic, I was like, let me go talk to my teacher.
Yeah.
I want intervention.
Yeah.
Teachers were surprised because they were like, oh, like you get good grades. Why do you need it? I was like, I don't understand the topic. I don't want to be last minute studier, you know?
Yeah.
And especially in finals, I feel like it's very scary because there's so many things that could go wrong.
Exactly.
There's so many things that could go wrong. The moment that you're in the test, you could feel bad and then you would stress out.
That's anxiety.
That's why have a mental health check-in before you go in the test and write what you're feeling.
Yeah.
And then while you're in the test, think about what you're feeling.
Yeah.
And as soon as you go out, write.
Exactly.
And then you'll realize, oh, did I do bad in the test because I don't know the topic, or did I do bad because my mental health was not okay?
Exactly.
And don't blame yourself.
Definitely.
Always, as I say this, never blame anyone else, and don't blame yourself. Blame the thing, the trigger that made you do something bad.
Yeah, I agree. That's a really good point. And make it a habit. Starting from a young age, it will actually help you later on in your life. So I feel like try the mental health check-ins. Check in with yourself daily. It's not another chore. It's not homework. It's just something that will help you.
It's for you.
Exactly. It's for you at the end of the day, nobody else. And you'll notice once you check in with yourself and also others when you're ready to, that will help and it'll be very beneficial.
So to end this episode, me, Miss Mona, and Brainy would like to tell you that it's okay not to be okay.
Yep.
And we're very happy to release this first episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you.
Thank you.